Welcome back. Now, if you want to see me cry, show me one of the videos of a military man or woman coming home to their family after being deployed.
Well, it is a very emotional time, and Colleen Brown, who is actually a military spouse, joins us this morning to talk about that reunion and also what happens before, during, and after your spouse is deployed. Colleen, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, not a problem.
So what is it? It's nearly 300 Davis-Monthan airmen have just returned from deployment?
Yep.
And your husband was one of them?
Yeah.
So tell us, what is it like having him back home?
It's great. It's great. So many people were gone that you can feel the difference, like the different atmosphere on base. And then just seeing everyone get together and actually like that homecoming experience where all the negative energy is gone and everyone's just so excited to have their spouses back. It's just amazing.
And I know we're looking at some of the video of all, you know, kind of like you said, like a welcome of everyone coming. Like you said, very positive energy. But you know, what is that like to be apart from your spouse for that 6 months and then having this wonderful reunion?
It's difficult. This one, it was a very last minute. We didn't even know when they were coming back till the day they got back. Oh. We knew approximately because you can do the math on it, but you're not told for sure. So everyone, when you're talking to your friends, they're like, we're excited, but it hasn't hit yet because you don't have time to really prepare for that excitement. So it's nice being there and it finally hits you afterwards. And through all that chaos that you saw in the video, you're trying to find your spouse. It's dark. It's nighttime when they came in. So that excitement just kind of builds at the event, actually.
And again, a very emotional time, I'm sure. Now, I know if I go out of town for a week, it takes me a second for us to kind of get back in our groove. But after 6 months, I mean, do you and your husband have any tricks for kind of getting back on track?
We definitely take everything slowly. One of the major things, we try to go over our finances again. It can get very chaotic with them being gone and dealing with all that. So we just try to sit down and reorganize everything in that aspect. And then just kind of take things slowly. 6 months is a long time to be away from someone. So you just like, they actually have seminars that you can go to about reintegration and all those sorts of things to understand how to, you know, meld back together.
And you were talking about how so many, 300 went for the deployment. So what about all of the families that stayed behind? Did you also kind of find a way to communicate with each other or have kind of like a support system?
Oh yeah,
also?
we have so many like Facebook pages and there's events. We have like the deployed family dining that we do once a month. There's so many events for children too that everyone can just kind of get together with. And that really like they are your family away from family. And you get so close to them because they're really the people who understand exactly what you're going through. So it's nice. We have so many different ways to connect with one another.
I love that. And I know we were talking on break about your fur children. You and your husband have. Now, you don't have children, but these are your children, your pets.
Oh, yeah.
So what is it like for them when Dad comes back through the door?
You can definitely, there's so much excitement. He has, like, one of our dogs is mainly his, and he's so excited. He's crying, like that happy dog cry you sometimes see in the videos.
Yes.
That happens, and he's just bouncing off the walls. My other dog's terrified of him. So he just kind of takes a few more days to kind of like reintegrate the two together. But you can just, they know when something's happening too. So it's kind of cute seeing them finally calm down and they're not as chaotic as soon as he comes through the door. It's really nice.
Oh, was there something that you both really wanted to do again together once you got home? Was there like a special restaurant or something that you guys wanted to do?
We're working on planning a trip to California during, he gets 2 weeks of like R&R that we get. And I had gone during the deployment. I took a weekend away. So we're looking at kind of like doing that again with him here, and it can be a little vacation.
I like that. And then I know you touched on it a little bit, Colleen, earlier, but one of the things that kind of helps you get through and then kind of helps you get reacclimated again are these programs and things that the military and Davis-Monthan provides. So will you talk a little bit about that and what they do for the military families?
Yeah, of course. There are so many. Before they come back, we have spousal meetings where a bunch of the representatives talk about financial reintegration, emotional reintegration, and just the signs to watch for in case anything's happening, who to contact in case you really need to talk to someone. There's so many different outlets that you can seek, and they're confidential. You don't have to worry about anything because it can be very stressful when they come back. And so we just get those programs. There's meetings they have to go to when they get back. We have meetings we're not required to go to, but suggested. And they really just help explain it in a way that we all understand. And so we can seek out those resources if needed.
Well, I know we've said this on the show before. We, of course, we have so much, praise to say for the men and the women that go on the deployment. but it is just as much of a sacrifice for the wives, the children, the husbands that are still at home. So I'm so glad that you guys have found a support and that you guys actually, you know, make it into like a happy moment when they come back.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy. Please tell your husband that, you know, we send him all of the love and gratitude, and also to you as well. And thank you for sharing. I'm sure other, you know, spouses that maybe are new into the military are kind of worried about that portion, about being apart. So if you did have, you know, some recommendations for someone, maybe a wife or a husband that's new in the military, what would you say to them?
It's not like the movies at all. It's emotional when you first at homecoming, but then you really take things slowly, take your time, because 6 months you change so much. You have to become your own independent person, but still part of like your marriage.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of have to redevelop who you two are, and it takes time, and that's okay.
And that's okay. It is. I'm so glad you guys have had so much support and, you know, so much so many programs that have helped you guys along the way. I can't thank you enough, Colleen, for coming today and sharing your story. Again, please tell your husband that we send him and all of the men and women that were deployed our best.
Of course.
Absolutely. For more information, you can visit their website at www.dm.af.mil and their Facebook page by searching for DMAFB.